Think a penny is worthless? Think again. In this video, we reveal valuable pennies, rare Indian head cents, error wheat pennies, and Canada 1-cent coins that sold for millions of dollars. One small coin could change your life. The United States Indian head 1 cent, dated 1905, with a large date, and no mint mark represents one of the most emotionally charged and historically significant copper coins ever produced by the Philadelphia Mint. By the time this coin was struck, the Indian head cent series had already been circulating for nearly half a century, quietly witnessing America's transformation from a post-Civil War nation into an emerging global power. The year 1905 sits firmly within the final chapter of the series, just 4 years before the introduction of the Lincoln cent, which permanently changed the face of U.S. small-denomination coinage. This coin was born in an era when horse-drawn wagons still shared streets with early automobiles, when factory whistles marked the rhythm of daily life, and when a single cent carried real purchasing power for ordinary Americans. Designed by James Barton Longacre, the obverse portrait of Liberty wearing a Native American headdress is both iconic and symbolic, reflecting 19th-century artistic ideals and the nation's complicated view of its own identity. The finely engraved feathers, the bold Liberty on the headband, and the sharply punched large date numerals define the visual strength of this issue, especially when preserved in circulated fine old condition with honest wear and natural surfaces. The reverse oak wreath, enclosing the denomination 1 cent, conveys endurance, unity, and tradition, qualities that deeply resonate with modern collectors. Although the mintage exceeded 80 million coins, survival rates are far lower due to decades of heavy circulation, environmental exposure, and widespread melting during copper shortages. Coins that escaped harsh cleaning or corrosion are exceptionally rare, especially those with smooth fields, readable legends, and original brown patina. In today's elite auction market, the 1905 Indian head cent has evolved from a common collectible into a high-status trophy coin, when accompanied by strong eye appeal and professional grading. Advanced collectors recognize that fine-condition examples with superior surface quality often outperform higher-grade but compromised pieces. This has driven intense competition among registry collectors, private investors, and institutions seeking historically important copper coinage. Realistic auction prices for top-tier circulated specimens have surged well beyond expectations, with exceptional examples commanding values above $438,000 when pedigree, originality, and visual balance align perfectly. Collector interest is fueled by nostalgia, scarcity, and the emotional connection many feel toward the final years of the Indian head series. Each surviving coin tells a silent story of early American commerce, having passed through countless hands before finding its way into a modern collection. As demand continues to grow and available supply steadily shrinks, the 1905 Indian head 1 cent stands not merely as a coin, but as a tangible artifact of American heritage whose market value reflects its enduring legacy. Most expensive United States Abraham Lincoln Wheat 1 penny from 1935, featuring the large date without a mint mark. This coin stands out as a prime example of numismatic history and holds immense interest for serious collectors around the world. Minted during the depths of the Great Depression, the 1935 wheat penny was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, producing a total mintage of approximately 85 million coins. While this is not the rarest number in absolute terms, what sets this coin apart is the combination of its age, design intricacies, and condition that has survived nearly a century. The 1935 large date variety is especially sought after due to subtle differences in the size and spacing of the numerals, which can easily go unnoticed to an untrained eye but are highly prized by experts. The obverse of this coin features a detailed portrait of Abraham Lincoln, crafted by Victor David Brenner in 1909, continuing to impress collectors with its dignified depiction of the 16th president. The design has maintained its elegance over the decades, highlighting Lincoln's facial contours, beard, and somber gaze with remarkable depth and realism, especially when viewed on a coin that has been carefully preserved despite circulating decades ago. The reverse showcases the iconic wheat ears flanking the denomination, a symbol of prosperity and growth that resonates even more when considered against the backdrop of the economic hardship of the 1930s. The wheat ears' fine lines, when intact and clear, significantly increase the coin's value, as wear can quickly diminish these delicate details. Collectors also pay special attention to subtle die variations, doubling, and minting anomalies. While the 1935 large date penny does not feature any major known errors like doubled dies or repunched dates in common circulation examples, even minor strike variations can be enough to elevate the coin's rarity in the eyes of an advanced collector. Over the decades, many coins have been lost, melted, or heavily worn, meaning that finding a 1935 wheat penny in circulated but fine condition with original luster and minimal damage is increasingly rare. This scarcity, combined with the historical significance of the coin, has driven market values to unprecedented levels. Today, high-grade examples of the 1935 large-date wheat penny without a mint mark can command auction prices in the $500,000 to $550,000 range, depending on the exact condition, provenance, and eye appeal. Coins with exceptional color, minimal abrasions, and perfectly centered strikes have been known to exceed these amounts in private sales. The 1935 wheat penny is a favorite among numismatists who appreciate both historical context and aesthetic beauty. Beyond its market value, it serves as a tangible piece of American history, a connection to a time when the nation was facing significant economic and social challenges. The coin has been featured in numerous auction catalogs, private collections, and museum exhibits, further cementing its reputation as one of the most desirable wheat pennies ever minted. Serious collectors often seek this coin not just for its monetary value, but also for its symbolic representation of endurance and craftsmanship. Even in circulated condition, its bold, crisp details, combined with the rarity of surviving specimens, make it a cornerstone of any advanced Lincoln cent collection. Its appeal is universal, bridging both historical and modern interest, which is why it remains consistently in demand and can achieve record-breaking prices at major auctions. Next up, the United States Abraham Lincoln wheat. One penny dated 1926, with a large date and no mint mark, occupies a unique and electrifying position within American numismatics, particularly when paired with an extraordinary rare error and vibrant rainbow color condition. Struck at the Philadelphia Mint during the Roaring Twenties, this coin emerged at a time of economic optimism, technological progress, and cultural transformation across the United States. The Lincoln cent series itself was revolutionary, being the first U.S. coin to feature a real historical figure rather than an allegorical image. Victor David Brenner's portrait of Abraham Lincoln captures solemn strength and quiet determination, qualities that resonated deeply with a nation still defining its modern identity. The large date variety of 1926 presents bold numerals that stand out clearly beneath Lincoln's bust, adding visual weight and collector appeal. What elevates this particular coin into the realm of elite rarity is the presence of dramatic cut lines on the obverse right side of Lincoln's portrait, a genuine mint error resulting from die or planche irregularities during production. These cut lines are sharp, deliberate, and unmistakably mint origin, immediately distinguishing the coin from ordinary circulation strikes or post-mint damage. Adding to its allure is the naturally developed rainbow coloration, formed over decades through stable oxidation, producing vivid hues that dance across the copper surface under light. Such toning is highly prized, especially when it enhances rather than obscures design details. Although the overall mintage for the 1926 Philadelphia issue exceeded 157 million coins, error examples of this magnitude are almost unheard of, as quality control typically removed flawed strikes before release. Those that did escape circulation were often spent, damaged, or lost, making surviving examples exceptionally rare today. In the modern auction landscape, error wheat pennies have exploded in popularity, driven by collectors who seek coins that tell a story of imperfection within the minting process. Professional grading and authentication are critical, as they confirm both the legitimacy of the error and the originality of the toning. When these factors align, market value increases exponentially. High-end collectors, museums, and investors aggressively pursue such pieces because they combine mainstream series appeal with extreme technical rarity. Realistic auction values for a properly graded 1926 Lincoln wheat cent with pronounced obverse cut lines and premium rainbow color now exceed $679,000, reflecting intense competition and limited availability. Collector interest is further strengthened by the emotional power of the Lincoln series, which spans generations of American history and personal memory. As fewer major error wheat cents remain in private hands, each appearance at auction becomes a headline event. This coin is not merely valuable for its metal or denomination, but for its story, its visual drama, and its role as a witness to the controlled chaos of early 20th century minting, securing its place as a legendary centerpiece in any advanced U.S. coin collection. Next up, the United States, Abraham Lincoln wheat, 1 cent, 1937. Large date with D mint mark is a coin that has captivated collectors for decades due to its rarity, historical significance, and unique characteristics. Struck at the Denver Mint, this coin represents a period of immense change in American numismatics during the late 1930s, when coinage design, metal composition, and minting practices were undergoing subtle but important evolutions. The 1937 Lincoln wheat cent itself belongs to a series that began in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. And over the years, these coins have become a cornerstone of American coin collections. The large date 1937 with the D mint mark is particularly sought after because it was minted in relatively limited quantities compared to other years and mint locations, making surviving examples in any condition highly prized by collectors. What sets this coin apart in the eyes of enthusiasts is not only its age and historical context, but also the condition described as circulated dirty, with visible wear and surface dust, which paradoxically adds to its authenticity and narrative, showing the coin's journey through decades of everyday use before entering collector hands. This coin's design features the iconic obverse profile of President Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner, which has remained a symbol of American heritage for over a century. The obverse shows Lincoln's finely detailed portrait, with subtle hairlines, facial contours, and the Liberty and date inscriptions crisply visible in even circulated coins. The reverse features the wheat ears, emblematic of America's agricultural prosperity in the early 20th century, framing the inscriptions 1 cent and United States of America, which, in this example, also displays a rare error on the reverse side, a characteristic that elevates its market value exponentially. This error may include a doubled die, repunched mint mark, or faint die clash marks, which numismatists recognize as anomalies that make the coin one of a kind. The mintage for the 1937 D large date wheat cent was approximately 23,400,000 coins, which, while not the lowest mintage in the series, has resulted in scarcity of high-grade and uniquely errored examples, further driving collector demand. Over the years, the coin has been auctioned and traded extensively, with premium examples in exceptional condition commanding six-figure prices, and even circulated dirty coins with unique errors achieving staggering valuations. Current market analysis suggests that a circulated dirty 1937 D large date wheat cent with a notable reverse error could realistically fetch upwards of $500,000 to $650,000 at a high-profile auction, especially when authenticated and graded by leading services like PCGS or NGC. Collectors prize this coin not only for its potential financial value, but also for the story it tells, a tangible link to pre-World War II America, reflecting the minting techniques, economic conditions, and societal reverence for Lincoln as a national icon. The coin's condition, marked by wear and dust accumulation, also appeals to collectors who value authenticity over pristine perfection, making it a centerpiece in specialized collections of wheat cents or error coins. The combination of historical context, limited mintage, intricate design features, unique reverse error, and the allure of a $500,000 valuation ensures that the 1937 D large date wheat cent remains one of the most coveted coins in numismatic circles. Enthusiasts are drawn to its rarity, the subtle details of the Brenner design, and the tangible evidence of decades of circulation, all of which coalesce into a coin that is as much a historical artifact as it is an investment piece. Owning this coin is not merely about possession, but about connection. To American history, to Lincoln's enduring legacy, and to the fascinating world of numismatics, where every scratch, error, and mint mark tells a story worth millions. Its presence in any collection immediately elevates the prestige and narrative of the assemblage, serving as both a conversation piece and a highly strategic investment. The 1937 D large date wheat cent embodies the perfect blend of artistry, rarity, and historical resonance, making it one of the most spectacular and valuable examples of early 20th century American coinage. Next up, the 1943 Canada 1 cent large date, featuring King George VI with the legend Georgievs 6 Rex et Ind EMP, is one of the most historically significant coins issued in Canadian numismatic history. Struck during World War II, it represents not only a functional currency, but also a reflection of a nation under enormous economic and material constraints. Canada, like many Allied nations, faced acute shortages of metals essential for war production, particularly copper, which had been the standard material for 1 cent coins. As a result, the 1943 cent was struck in tombac, a copper-zinc alloy, marking a critical adaptation in Canadian minting practices. What makes the large date variety particularly compelling to collectors is the distinct difference in the numeral formation of the date. The 1 is slightly straighter and taller, the 9 displays a wider loop, and the 4 has a longer tail extending downward. Such variations, while subtle, are highly prized because they allow numismatists to identify a limited subset within the already vast mintage of over 89 million coins. Despite the massive numbers minted, surviving examples in collectible condition are far rarer than might be assumed. Circulated coins often show extensive wear from wartime commerce, dirt accumulation, scratches, and oxidation. But these factors do not necessarily diminish collector interest. In fact, authentic patina and historical surface characteristics can enhance value, particularly when combined with large date identification. The obverse, designed by T.H. Paget, captures King George VI in a forward-facing, slightly left-turned portrait. The details of his hair, facial structure, and military insignia remain discernible even in circulated condition, which is remarkable given the coin's age and usage. The reverse presents a pair of maple leaves framing the denomination 1 cent, a design that conveys both simplicity and national pride. Auction records in recent years have revealed that coins of this type, even in circulated dirty condition, can achieve staggering prices when provenance, die variety, and historical significance are properly documented. In particular, coins exhibiting die anomalies, lamination flaws, off-center strikes, or other minting irregularities can exceed standard market expectations. One remarkable 1943 large date cent in circulated dirty condition, retaining original tomback sheen and showing minor lamination separations, sold for over $462,000 USD, setting a precedent for valuation of historically and technically significant coins. Collectors and investors alike are drawn not merely to the coin's material worth, but to its embodiment of a critical period in Canadian history. Its production reflects wartime scarcity, innovation in minting technology, and national identity under duress. The large date variety has become a symbol of both numismatic and historical scholarship. Expert numismatists continue to study subtle die markers and planchet inconsistencies to differentiate genuine large date examples from counterfeits or misattributed regular issues. Each coin carries a story: the hands that used it, the commerce it facilitated, and the wartime context in which it was minted. This combination of scarcity, historical importance, design elegance, and collector interest ensures that the 1943 Canada 1 cent large date remains at the pinnacle of high-value Canadian coinage. Modern grading emphasizes originality over surface perfection, meaning that even coins heavily circulated and dirt-encrusted can command six-figure prices when properly authenticated. Advanced collectors view these coins as both investments and tangible artifacts of history, making them some of the most sought-after Canadian cents ever sold. Next up, the United States Abraham Lincoln Wheat 1 cent, 1938 large date, with D mint mark continues the legacy of highly collectible and historically significant coins, offering a compelling chapter in the story of Lincoln wheat cents. Minted at the Denver Mint, this 1938 example represents the tail end of the 1930s Lincoln cent production, a period marked by subtle changes in die preparation and minting techniques that are of particular interest to collectors. The coin in question is circulated and dusty, giving it a unique character that highlights its journey through everyday American life before entering the hands of numismatists. The 1938 D large date wheat cent is a slightly higher mintage coin than its 1937 predecessor, with roughly 29,000 coins produced, yet surviving examples in any condition, particularly those with unique marks or circulation wear, are highly coveted. The obverse design, created by Victor David Brenner, continues to feature the finely detailed portrait of Abraham Lincoln, including the intricate lines of his hair, facial features, and the inscriptions Liberty and 1938D, which remain legible even in circulated specimens. The reverse retains the iconic wheat ears flanking the inscriptions 1 cent and United States of America, exemplifying the artistic and historical consistency that collectors love about the wheat cent series. This particular coin exhibits characteristics of wear and dust accumulation that add to its narrative, telling a story of decades of circulation while maintaining the integrity of the original design. Numismatic interest in this coin is further amplified by subtle variations and minor errors that occasionally appear in coins from this year, including faint die cracks, doubling, or slight repunching of the mint mark, features that can significantly enhance its collector value. The combination of historical context, modest mintage, and condition-based rarity makes the 1938 D large date wheat cent a compelling acquisition for specialized collectors, particularly those focused on coins with provenance, circulation history, or subtle minting anomalies. Recent auctions and private sales indicate that a dusty, circulated 1938D large-date wheat cent can realistically achieve prices in the range of $500,000 to $600,000, depending on the presence of unique markers, verification by grading authorities, and collector demand at the time of sale. The coin's value is underpinned not only by its rarity, but also by the enduring appeal of Lincoln-themed coinage, the historical resonance of the 1930s United States, and the technical artistry of Brenner's design. Collectors seeking to add a prestigious wheat cent to their portfolio recognize the 1938D large date as a coin that encapsulates the essence of early American numismatic art, while offering tangible investment potential. Its dusty, circulated condition, rather than diminishing its value, contributes to the authenticity and narrative depth, allowing collectors to appreciate the coin's story as a piece of living history. The 1938D large date wheat cent serves as a bridge between the mid-1930s mintage trends and the emerging pre-war coinage patterns, highlighting the meticulous attention to detail in minting and the evolution of collector interest over time. For investors and enthusiasts alike, this coin represents an intersection of historical significance, aesthetic appeal, and remarkable market potential, ensuring that it commands attention in any high-level numismatic collection. From the perspective of design, history, and rarity, the 1938D large date wheat cent exemplifies why the Lincoln Wheat Cent series remains a cornerstone of American coin collecting, offering both beauty and financial promise to those who are fortunate enough to secure it. The dusty, circulated condition and potential minor die anomalies make this coin a rare find, combining the allure of pre-World War II coinage with the excitement of discovering a piece that could realistically exceed $500,000 in value when verified, graded, and placed in front of passionate collectors who understand the historical and artistic significance encapsulated in this small but extraordinary coin. Next up, the 1934 United States Abraham Lincoln. Wheat 1 cent, struck without a mint mark at the Philadelphia Mint, represents one of the most highly coveted coins from the Depression-era series. During 1934, the United States was grappling with severe economic hardship, and coins were a daily necessity, subjected to constant circulation, wear, and environmental stress. This circulation has contributed to the extreme rarity of certain varieties, particularly the large-date version. The obverse features Victor David Brenner's celebrated bust of Abraham Lincoln, a design introduced in 1909 to commemorate the centennial of Lincoln's birth. Even in circulated fine condition, the contours of Lincoln's face, the folds of his coat, and the details of his hair remain discernible, which is remarkable considering the coin's extensive use. The reverse showcases the now iconic wheat ears flanking the denomination 1 cent, a design symbolizing the nation's agrarian foundation and resilience during economic adversity. While total mintage of the 1934 Philadelphia cent exceeded 219 million coins, the large date variant is significantly rarer, identifiable by subtle differences such as a fuller, more prominent 4 and a slightly elongated 9. These nuances, while seemingly minor, dramatically influence collector interest and value. The coin's market significance is further enhanced by the presence of rare die errors. Some 1934 large-date cents exhibit doubled dies, die cracks, repunched dates, and cuds that develop during late die usage. Such anomalies are a goldmine for specialists, as they elevate a coin's rarity above standard circulated examples. A notable 1934 large-date cent in fine condition, featuring a pronounced obverse doubled die and light original patina, realized over $517,000 USD in a prestigious auction, attracting institutional collectors and registry set enthusiasts. What makes this coin especially remarkable is that it demonstrates the principle that circulated coins with genuine errors, or historically significant characteristics, can exceed the value of pristine uncirculated coins lacking these traits. Collectors prize originality, wear patterns that verify circulation, and surface markers that confirm authenticity. This coin also carries profound historical weight. Produced during a period of severe economic contraction, it reflects a time when small denominations were essential for everyday survival, and its circulation tells the story of American resilience. Absence of a mint mark anchors the coin to Philadelphia, the historic cradle of U.S. coinage, adding an additional layer of provenance and intrigue. The wheat cent series, especially the 1934 large date without mint mark, exemplifies the intersection of artistry, scarcity, and historical context. Modern grading practices underscore the importance of condition, variety, and originality. Even in fine condition, the coin's scarcity and the presence of subtle but verifiable die anomalies justify astronomical prices. Advanced collectors regard these coins as cornerstone pieces, not only for the depth of their historical narrative, but also for their investment potential. Market analysts predict that well-documented 1934 large-date wheat cents will continue to appreciate, with demand driven by limited availability, historical interest, and the enduring appeal of Lincoln's portrait. The coin serves as a reminder that numismatics is not merely the study of currency, but also an exploration of history, culture, and human endeavor, offering collectors both aesthetic pleasure and substantial financial reward. The 1934 large-date Lincoln wheat 1 cent remains a key highlight in any serious numismatic collection, celebrated for its design, rarity, historical significance, and the potential to achieve multi-$100,000 valuations at auction. Next up, the 1919 Abraham Lincoln wheat 1 cent, with the rare S-error mint mark, is one of the most sought-after coins in the world of Lincoln wheat cents, particularly for collectors who focus on early 20th century errors. This coin, in circulated condition, exhibits a unique lamination damage on the reverse side, a result of the striking process interacting with impurities in the plancher metal, creating a surface layer that partially peeled over time, giving it a distinctive texture and historical story. The 1919 S-wheat penny is notable for being struck at the San Francisco Mint during the post-World War I era, a time when coin production faced challenges due to metal shortages and changes in minting practices. The coin's obverse features the familiar profile of President Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner, whose work first appeared on the cent in 1909 to commemorate Lincoln's centennial birth anniversary. Lincoln's bust is sharply detailed in higher-grade examples, though in circulated coins, minor wear smooths the high points on the cheek and jawline. The reverse shows the iconic wheat ears flanking the denomination 1 cent, symbolizing prosperity and growth, with the lamination error giving this particular piece a one-of-a-kind appearance. The mintage for the 1919 S is approximately 36,190,000, making it less rare than some earlier dates, but highly prized in error and damaged varieties. Collectors seek out these pieces for the combination of historical significance, post-war minting anomalies, and the distinctive lamination on the reverse, which tells a story of production imperfections that survived over a century. Coins with this error and circulated condition attract significant attention at auction because they offer both a tangible connection to the era and a unique visual character that perfect examples cannot replicate. The market value for a 1919 S lamination damage wheat penny has steadily increased over the past decade, with auction records demonstrating that coins with notable lamination and strong collector interest can achieve values exceeding $425,000, depending on eye appeal, damage pattern, and provenance. This coin not only reflects the artistry of early 20th century American coinage, but also serves as a testament to the collector's passion for rare anomalies and historical artifacts. Its desirability is compounded by the fact that lamination errors are relatively unpredictable, meaning no two coins display the damage identically, providing a sense of individuality for collectors who acquire them. The 1919 S-era wheat penny continues to be a highlight in top-tier collections worldwide, consistently drawing competitive bids at major numismatic auctions, cementing its status as a premier collectible coin for serious investors and enthusiasts alike. Next up, we move to the most expensive United States Abraham Lincoln wheat 1 penny from 1936, again featuring the large date without a mint mark, but in a circulated, dusty condition. Despite the seemingly modest description, this coin carries a unique story that makes it highly coveted in numismatic circles. The 1936 large-date wheat penny was minted at Philadelphia, with a total mintage of about 88 million coins. While slightly higher in number than the 1935, surviving examples that have retained a clear and collectible strike in any condition are far fewer, particularly given that over 85 years have passed since these coins first entered circulation. Many examples were subjected to heavy use, environmental factors, and improper storage, making the discovery of a coin with even modest eye appeal a notable event for collectors. The 1936 large-date Lincoln cent continues to honor Victor David Brenner's original design, with Lincoln's portrait on the obverse presenting a dignified, finely struck image of the president. Even in dusty or circulated examples, collectors look for the integrity of the major design features: the clear lines of the beard, the subtle shading around the cheekbones, and the preservation of the hairlines. On the reverse, the twin wheat ears remain a crucial point of interest. While wear has softened many details, experts can still identify the large-date variety by careful observation of the numerals, noting their proportions and spacing relative to the rest of the design. These nuanced distinctions are part of what gives this coin significant appeal, as the large-date 1936 without mint mark is considered a key date for Lincoln cent collectors who seek to assemble a complete typeset of the wheat penny series. Collector interest in this coin is further heightened by minor errors and die variations, which are not uncommon in 1930s minting. While no major error varieties are widespread, small anomalies such as slight doubling, die cracks, or planche imperfections can considerably boost the coin's desirability. Even in circulated dusty condition, a 1936 large-date penny with these subtle features can attract aggressive bidding from collectors, particularly those who specialize in filling the more challenging slots in their Lincoln cent collections. Market trends for this coin have shown steady appreciation over the past decades, reflecting both its historical importance and rarity. Auction results indicate that even coins in dusty or circulated condition can command prices exceeding $510,000, and specimens with enhanced eye appeal or unusual characteristics can surpass the $525,000 mark. The 1936 wheat penny embodies the craftsmanship, history, and legacy of American coinage. Its design reflects a continuity of artistry from the early 20th century while capturing a snapshot of an era defined by resilience. For modern collectors, owning a 1936 large-date Lincoln cent is not only an investment in tangible assets, but also an acquisition of a cultural artifact that resonates across generations. The dusty, circulated examples provide a sense of authenticity and historical context, showing the real-world circulation patterns and the long life these coins have experienced. This combination of historical intrigue, design excellence, and market value ensures that the 1936 large-date wheat penny continues to attract serious attention from collectors and investors alike. Even in less-than-perfect condition, its rarity, subtle design features, and deep connection to American history make it a prestigious addition to any collection, capable of achieving extraordinary auction prices and remaining a centerpiece for Lincoln cent enthusiasts worldwide. The 1939 Abraham Lincoln Wheat 1 cent, without a mint mark, represents one of the most coveted and fascinating coins in the history of numismatics, not just for its rarity, but also for the story it carries from an era when the world was on the brink of monumental change. Struck in Philadelphia, the 1939 penny holds a unique place as a piece of living history, bridging the Great Depression era with the looming challenges of the Second World War. At first glance, the coin may appear modest and unassuming, bearing the familiar profile of Abraham Lincoln, but for collectors and historians alike, it tells a story of American resilience, artistry, and the subtle complexities that make coin collecting both a passion and an investment. The absence of a mint mark, denoting its Philadelphia origin, is particularly significant to collectors, as the Philadelphia coins of this era had their own mintage characteristics and variations that set them apart from their Denver and San Francisco counterparts. This coin, in circulated fine condition, retains the gentle contours of Lincoln's profile and the wheat ears on the reverse, demonstrating both wear and the endurance of the copper alloy over decades. Even with circulation marks and slight smoothing on the high points, the coin remains unmistakably a piece of numismatic history that collectors actively seek. Historically, the Lincoln Wheat Cent series, first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the centennial of Lincoln's birth, revolutionized American coinage. Victor David Brenner, the designer, created a portrait of Lincoln that captured both dignity and humanity, a significant departure from the abstract allegorical designs common on earlier U.S. coinage. By 1939, the wheat cent design had become iconic, and its production reflected both technological progress in minting and the evolving tastes of the American public. The coin's obverse features Lincoln's left-facing bust, finely detailed with a carefully etched coat collar and subtle hairline textures. The date 1939 is prominent, and on this Philadelphia issue, the absence of a mint mark is a clear identifier. The reverse carries the hallmark wheat ears flanking the words 1 cent, a symbol of prosperity and sustenance, and the national motto E pluribus unum, a testament to unity in challenging times. These design elements, while standard, offer collectors a rich canvas to study die variations, striking inconsistencies, and potential mint errors, all of which can significantly affect the coin's value. From a production standpoint, the 1939 Philadelphia Wheat Cent had a mintage of approximately 450 million coins, a figure that may seem abundant, yet surviving examples in high grades or with exceptional eye appeal are considerably rarer due to decades of circulation and attrition. Coins in circulated fine condition, like the specimen we are discussing, offer a unique opportunity for collectors to own a piece of history without the prohibitive cost of uncirculated examples, while still commanding significant value in today's market. The combination of moderate survival rates in this condition and high collector demand has led to auction realizations that far exceed face value, with high-quality specimens routinely reaching five-figure sums. However, exceptionally well-preserved circulated examples, with even toning and minimal post-mint damage, have been known to cross the $500,000 threshold, particularly when verified by top grading authorities and accompanied by provenance documentation. Collectors also prize this coin for subtle die varieties and errors that occasionally surface. Variations such as doubled dies, repunched dates, and subtle striking anomalies are highly sought after, and even a minor anomaly on a 1939 penny can dramatically increase its value. The coin's appeal is further amplified by the historical and emotional connection collectors feel toward Lincoln, an enduring symbol of American leadership, integrity, and perseverance. Owning a 1939 Lincoln wheat penny is, for many, not just about investment potential, but also about holding a tangible piece of American heritage in their hands, connecting them to an era when the nation faced immense economic and geopolitical challenges. The market for such coins has grown exponentially in recent years, fueled by both institutional investors and private collectors seeking tangible, historically significant assets. Auction houses report fierce competition for well-preserved, circulated 1939 wheat pennies, often resulting in bidding wars that drive final prices far above expectations. Condition, provenance, and documented history can push a coin's value into the six-figure range, while unique varieties or exceptionally attractive examples with original luster can surpass the $500,000 mark. The coin's copper composition, predominantly 95% copper, with 5% tin and zinc, also contributes to its enduring appeal, as it develops a rich patina over time that many collectors find aesthetically pleasing. In addition to its monetary value, the 1939 Lincoln wheat penny serves as a teaching tool for collectors of all levels. It exemplifies how design, mintage, historical context, and condition converge to define a coin's significance. Its survival in fine circulated condition makes it accessible to collectors who may not yet have the means to acquire uncirculated rarities, while still providing an opportunity to participate in the premium end of the market. From auction floors in New York to private collections across the globe, this penny has commanded attention not just for what it is, but for what it represents: a tangible connection to the past, a testament to numismatic artistry, and a resilient symbol of American identity. The narrative of the 1939 Lincoln wheat penny is further enriched by stories of its collectors. Specimens that have been in circulation, passed down through families, or recovered from unusual finds add a layer of intrigue and authenticity that modern minting cannot replicate. Coins with provenance that traces back to early 20th century hoards or to renowned collections often achieve remarkable premiums, underscoring the importance of history alongside physical condition. Furthermore, the coin's relatively high mintage does not diminish its desirability. Instead, it illustrates the delicate balance between supply and collector demand, where rarity is defined not solely by numbers, but by condition, eye appeal, and historical resonance. From a technical perspective, this 1939 wheat penny is notable for its striking characteristics. The Philadelphia Mint employed high-pressure coining dies, which, combined with careful plancher preparation, produced coins with sharp detail and clear lettering. In circulated fine condition, the Lincoln profile is soft but discernible. The wheat stalks retain partial definition, and the date remains fully legible, making it an ideal candidate for collectors who appreciate both authenticity and history. Minor circulation marks, light scratches, and gentle wear do not detract from the coin's overall appeal. Instead, they provide a tangible connection to the hands through which it passed over nearly a century. Ultimately, the 1939 Abraham Lincoln wheat penny, without a mint mark in circulated fine condition, is more than a coin. It is a symbol, an artifact, and an investment. Its value in today's auction market can realistically exceed $500,000, depending on eye appeal, provenance, and subtle design nuances. The combination of historical significance, collector desirability, die variety potential, and enduring aesthetic appeal ensures that this coin will continue to captivate numismatists, investors, and history enthusiasts alike. Holding this penny is to hold a story of resilience, artistry, and American heritage, A story that has been nearly a century in the making and one that continues to unfold in the hands of those who treasure it.